What's up, everybody? Hey, how's it going? Happy Monday to you. I'm your host, Charlie. You're watching Christmas on Crestline Live post Expo alert. Today, we'll be spilling the tea on the hotel and the vendors and the people I met and everything related to the Christmas Expo. How y'all doing? Happy Monday. Let's get back to the Christmas in July extravaganza. Merry Christmas in July extravaganza is going on right now, and it is 15 episodes. It is 30 days of awesomeness. Now, if you are watching this later, make certain you watch the ticker. I'll be scrolling the ticker on throughout the video today, so you can kind of jump around. Normally, when I do a live episode, I don't come back and I don't do the timeline. A normal video, I'll have a timeline there for you, so you can kind of scroll on that timeline and jump to whatever section you do. Lives are just too long to come back and do that. So watch the ticker that you're seeing right now and kind of jump around as needed. So let's jump in the comments real quick and let's see who's here in the chat. And let's have a good time today. This is going to be a giveaway episode. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But let's see who's in the chat. Rob coming in and being first. And Braden, look at Braden finally tuning in to a live. Heck yeah, Braden, let's go. Whiskey C's in the house. Let's go. Rob saying hi to Whiskey C. Crepe, what's up, Crepe? I've heard great things about these conventions you go to. Who did you meet at the expo? It's a great question. We're going to get into that. Charlie, look at Charlie. First of all, having a great name. Charlie has a great name, don't you think? Let's give a round of applause to Charlie, shall we? Pop it in and say hi. Can't stay. What's up, Charlie? I appreciate that. Thumbs up. Heck yeah, thumbs up. Look up Carl. Carl, you guys are going to get to see Carl today. You know why? Because I took pictures of Carl hanging out with Carl at the expo. It is Monday already. Giatondo. It's not Christmas. It's Monday. Yes. Josh's lights. What's up, Josh? Josh, what's going on, buddy? Well, hello, Carl. Let's see. Terry and MJ. Hello, Charlie and all. And look what I got right here, Terry. What I got there. Terry sent me an impromptu gift package of stuff. Wasn't expecting that. Thank you very much for doing that, Terry. Made our day. We got it right before we left for the expo. So it was something we talked about at the expo too. Chad. We see how it works for me today. Spectrum has been completely trashed today. So hopefully, I'm guessing that's your internet. Kirk, I was getting ready to say Carl again. If I had that clear Christmas cable, I had to get the Kirk. What's up? Happy Christmas in July, Monday. Brian Michael. Tuning in. I'm here and listening. And you guys are going to get to see a ton of pictures of me and Brian and Carl hanging out this weekend. We got pictures. We got the good stuff. Merry Christmas, Chuck. What's up, Alan? Good to see you in here. Bill Parrish. Hey there, Bill. Monty Small. Hello, Instructor Charlie. Yeah, you guys are going to see some photos that Brian took of me doing my instructor. William Nagel. Nice to meet you at the expo. You too, William. It was great to have you in the chat today. Great to have you here. What's up? Yes, okay. Let's go. Ben's in the house. Where's my hat? That's right there. Let me catch up on the chats. We'll talk about the hats. Yes, my internet has been disconnecting. Yeah, I hate that when it happens. So I took some hats with me. What William's talking about. Where's my hat? And so it's called suitcasing. You can't, if you're a vendor there, you sell whatever. But if you're just going there to attend and you sell anything, boom, it's an automatic ejection. So you cannot sell anything at the expo. And I'm not there to burn bridges. So I'm like, I brought hats with me. And if you get a hat, and you get anybody who asks for a hat, got a hat. Show any new Christmas channels yet? There were a ton of. I think everybody in here, if you got a channel in here today, if you got a channel, make sure you like. Kirk's got one. Brian, I know you got one. Who's a Giatano? If you have a channel, open up your channel real quick. Copy and paste your channel and put that into the chat. So later when we're done with the live and YouTube puts it up, then people that would be a clickable link at that time. Something else an idea I had for a show that I really should have asked people about at the expo, and I didn't do it. So we'll talk about it right now. It's kind of impromptu. I don't have this prepared. If you, one thing I want to do probably next month is if you have a channel and you want some more subscribers, or maybe you have a new YouTube channel, email me, ChristmasOnCrestline@gmail.com, that you're interested in this new collaborative live stream that I'll be doing. I'll pick a day, don't know what day yet. It's going to be in August, probably a weekend day because I think most folks have weekends off, so probably like a Saturday. And on that Saturday, I'll block out an hour or 2 hours, and I'll just have boom, 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 boom. You have a channel, I'll bring you onto a live. You'll be in my green room or my waiting room, and when it's your turn, boom, you're live with me. And it's a time for you to talk about, hey, this is who I am. Here's my channel. Here's what my channel's about. Here's links to my channel, and check me out. And it'll just be kind of a buffet style of guests, if you will. And it's a way to introduce new channels to folks who may have otherwise not, like, I've seen that channel before. I don't know what it's about. I don't know if I want to subscribe. But it's just a way to meet new people, interact, and we can just move one after another. So if I can get at least, it's an hour, 60 minutes, so at least 6 folks who want to come on and do 10 minutes each. If I get more, we'll go into another hour. But if you're interested in that kind of thing, email me, let me know, and I'll get you set up and I'll put you in the queue, if you will. So things to talk about today. Let me find out where I'm at. This week's episodes, we are in Christmas July extravaganza. I only had in a rarity, it's never happened before. I only had one episode last week. I naively expected that I could go live in the vendor hall. I was not allowed to. I asked permission, got denied. I could have gone live, and I did. I filmed some stuff out in the hallway during lunch because you cannot film during classes, and you can't film the classes. And I filmed a little bit. I tried to go live. It just didn't work out. And I'm like, you're going to see an empty hallway. You're going to see an empty classroom. There's no fun in that. I could just show you a picture of any classroom in America. Like, okay, here's an empty classroom. There's no joy in that. There's no fun. So I did not do that. I asked for and did not receive permission to film in the vendor hall. For whatever reason, that's just their rules. That's their regulations. It's their convention. I couldn't do it. Cool. Whatever. So this week's episodes are today. We're going to be doing a giveaway today, and we're recapping the expo. Tomorrow, same time tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, or whatever it is time, wherever you're watching. Live right here, David from Learn Christmas Lighting will be here to talk about all things DMX and moving heads. If you did not get to go to the expo, and you did not get to take the X-Lights class, and you didn't get to take Ron Howard's class, the next best thing to go into the expo is, in fact, David's Learn Christmas Lighting Academy. You walk into this academy, you know nothing about pixel lights, and you take his 3-minute episodes and 5-minute videos and 10-minute tutorials, and you gradually learn. Best resource online that is not a convention. Links to his academy are down in this video's description below if you're interested in that. And then this Saturday, actually, we got a lot going on this weekend. Friday, right here at my house, will be Stacy Kennedy from Canning Systems. That's right. He's bringing his rich clips here. He's bringing a brand new clip that I'll be filming some product videos for him for. He's going to be right here. If I could talk him into it, we're going to be doing a live probably Saturday, maybe Sunday. I know he's leaving Sunday. He's getting in town Friday. It's going to be a quick weekend. But Saturday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here, live, but not in person, will be Isaac Alexander from his humongous YouTube channel. He'll be here talking about how he makes giant props, and they look legit, folks. If you've not checked out Isaac's YouTube channel, please do so. He makes giant everything, giant candy canes, giant gingerbread, giant spiders, makes it all. He'll be here. So right now, the working plan is I need to get with Stacy and talk about this. If we don't do a live Friday, which we probably won't, but could, the plan right now is to do a back-to-back live. 1 hour with Isaac, and then boom, the next hour with Stacy or whatever. So 4 episodes, all lives this week. That is also a first. 4 live episodes this week, also a first. Tomorrow's episode with David, it is a giveaway episode. free membership to his Learn Christmas Lighting Academy. Free membership to that. So that is to be a winner, you have to be in the live. We'll come up with a code, probably LCR, which is normally the code I use for him every year for Learn Christmas Lighting. But that is tomorrow. That is a giveaway episode. So if you're like, nah, actually, I forget. I need to look and educate myself. I forget what he charges for his academy. I am a member. So I should know, but I don't know. But it's free. I know it's 100, it's 200 or 300. It's something. There's a price there. I don't remember how much it is, but it'll be free for you. Let's see here. Let's catch up on comments here a little bit, then we will move on. Boom. Thank you. My YouTube channel, not as professional as CFC. It is, in fact. I think it's an awesome channel. Josh's lights. Thank you, Josh. Let's do that. What's up, Gabo? Gabo tuning in from Mexico. Carl, good. Thank you, Carl. That house on Hollybrook. Let's see here. What's up, Seth? Hey, Charlie and everyone. Been a minute since I could join you live. Trying to listen and work at the same time. What is up, Seth? Good to have you here. Move to my phone since it won't stay connected. Well, Chad, I appreciate you doing all those things you're supposed to do to help a YouTube channel grow, which is number one, which is watching. So thank you for that. Any new Christmas channels yet? That's what we're going through here. Boom. Hey, Charlie. Hello. Can't stay popped in. Well, thank you so much, Dwayne. Appreciate you popping in and saying all the way from I was going to say New England. You're not New England. I'm drawing a blank. It's not Australia. It is New Zealand. I was drawing a blank. I knew the word new was in there. Yep, you're good. You're good. Let's see. Are we all caught up? See, I forget this is Steve. I look at the thumbnail. Great thumbnail, by the way. And Wonderful World of Christmas Lights. Great channel name. Got a pop up. Thought I was getting kicked off of Facebook there, but it's just a Facebook pop up. I forget that Steve. Forget that Steve. All right, so let's move on here. Let's see, where are we at? Also, if you're not yet, join us on Discord. Links for that is in the video's description below. Check us out on Patreon. Boom, patreon.com, Christmas on Crestline. And you probably don't. I think I have it. I should have it. If you're a Patreon member, you already have that, but that is the code that every year I give away. Free ringtones. And I did talk to a fella at the expo. I will be coming up with new ringtones shortly. Okay, so let's see here. What I told you to watch the timeline so you can skip around. We talked about this coming week's episodes and the giveaways. Also, do not forget, email me, ChristmasOnCrestline@gmail.com. Your photos and your videos. If you have a hat, email me your photos. So far, I've only gotten one photo sent in. That's it. There's like 59,000 people have my hats. Email me your photos. I want to make a collage of that. I think it'll be fun. If you don't forget, if you have your, I guess we're past 4th of July, any holiday decorations you do that video, send it in. Let's get the Christmas in July expo going on. So what is the Christmas Expo? If you don't know, take a drink of my Diet Coke. If you don't know, Christmas Expo is a convention. It's an annual event for Christmas folk, vendors, instructors, everybody in the Christmas light industry. You can attend seminars. You can do a hands-on. They had this thing this year called the Playground, where certain vendors in the vendor hall, and the vendor hall is it's a convention hall. So think of a giant garage where it's just booth after booth after booth of different props. They're all there. You can focus on finding a great Christmas gift, a new prop, learning new things. There are classes there. It is just a gathering of Christmas enthusiasts who most of us have extreme light shows. And there's classes. Now, what do you take? How do you take an expo class? So there are two ways to take an expo class. You can do what Carl did, and Carl's that house on Hollybrook. And what I did, and what many of us did, is you can pay to take a course. So the course I paid for was projection mapping. I paid for that. I get to take that one course. That was, I think, a 4-hour course. What's up, Evelyn? Evelyn, we were talking about you at the expo. We were talking about you. I was telling the story of how you sent, I have them actually right here, about how you sent me your 3D flowers. And Evelyn, you were missed. There were a ton of former Light Fight contestants. You're going to see many photographs today with me and former and upcoming light fight contestants. There was at least one there. You'll see a picture of her here in a little bit. One new light fight cast member who will be on this upcoming episode. Hung out most of the weekend with light fight people. Great community. And Evelyn, you were talked about and you were missed there. So good to have you in the chat. So Expo is just a place to go and take classes, which is my main reason for going is classes and for networking. So I paid for the mapping class. You can also just pay I think it's 350. I'll say it's 300 something. Might be 325. We'll call it 300 for argument's sake. You can pay the $300 to attend the expo. That gets you access to a ton of classes. I think I don't have it with me, but I have pictures of it. I think there are 60 classes you get to pick and choose. In fact, let me show a picture of that right quick. Show you a picture of classes. So here's a picture of a class, and this is a picture from Saturday. So you can see down there, there's blocks. You get the I took for this day. I took what class did I take there? I think I took decorating basics. Yeah, I took decorating basics. Yeah, I took decorating basics class with taught by Mark. The vendor hall opens at 9:30. Then at 9:45, I went to the Great Christmas Light Fight discussion panel, which you can see there in the third column at 9:45. That was, see, I have some pictures of that class right somewhere here. So here's a picture of the Michael family. They are the most recent winners of the Great Christmas Lights Fight's most recent episode. They're on the panel along with Daniel there, and I believe that's the Ford family. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have their card on my desk here somewhere, and there were previous contestants. So Brian and Kim and Daniel, and again, I apologize. You're great people. I met you in passing for 14 seconds. I apologize, but all the great fight like folks were there on that panel, and Brady was off to the sides. There's a picture of Brady talking to Brian. And what kind of, I must say, does he not, let's be honest, does he just not have great taste in headgear? Look at that beautiful, beautiful headgear right there. I mean, it's kind of like you've seen that somewhere before. That's weird, right? So, yeah, there's me and Brady. Brady's been on the show before. The Great Christmas Light Fight are great friends of Christmas on Crestline, and I love talking with them, love helping them find new cast members. It was a great time. Pull that picture back up so I can find that picture. I'm jumping around here a little bit more than I thought I was, but that's okay. You know what? It's good times for the show. Where in the world did I just erase that somehow? Or am I just not seeing it? Okay, here it is. So then after that was the talk with the Great Christmas Light Fight staff. So Kristen Moss, who was just on the show 3 weeks ago, the Microsoft thing, the Microsoft global crash canceled her flight, so she could not be there. But Brady was there and talked about all things Christmas Light Fight, how to get on, how to film, and touched a little bit about how he touched a lot about how to be cast on the show. Kristen went much more in depth. So if you're watching this show now, you're like, how can I get on the Great Christmas Light Fight? And you were not at the expo. Go back and watch my 90-minute interview with Kristen just a few weeks ago, who goes very much in depth about how to get cast on the show. And you've heard it say before, it's a bragging point for me, so you're going to hear me say it a lot. Last year, my Fan Appreciation Award, 6 contestants, 6 folks, got picked to be moved on to contestants for the Great Christmas Light Fight. In total, now that's 10 shows. 10 of you have sent in me video that I put into my contest, and it's like a hunting ground now for the Great Christmas Light Fight. Love it. I would have loved to go due to age. It's harder to get around. Love the Christmas Light Fight group. Yes, they're awesome. Brown family. I say Brown. I think I got that right. Brown family. Last season, Candy Cane Lane House. You wouldn't be Charlie without jumping around. Fair enough. It's one thing that was a topic at the expo is I go off on tangents knowingly. But you know what? That's because I like to have fun. I get enthusiastic about the topics I'm talking about, and I just go down these rabbit holes. So how to take an expo class is what we're talking about right now. I'm going to get back on track, get back on focus here. So what many folks do is that you pay the $300 to go to the expo, and you can go to any and all of these classes. So after what do we do after lunch? After lunch, I did the leveraging generative AI for your display. And oh man, who taught that? That was taught by Joey. Joey taught that. Great instructor. And oh man, did I learn a lot in that class, which we're gonna get to later. Right now it's about how to take a class. And after that, I did the what did I do? I did the incorporating video projection. No, I didn't. Oh, I took Brian's class. What am I talking about? I took Brian's class. So you want to be on the Great Christmas Light Fight? Fun facts, tips, and insights that just might help you get there. And I'm just going to put this out there without even asking permission. If you have a question about the Great Christmas Light Fight, Brian Michaels is your go to light fight encyclopedia. Many times during the light fight panel, Brady, the showrunner, would point over to Michael and say, Mike, am I right? Point over Brian, sorry, Brian, am I right? He'd point over to the Michael side of the table and ask, hey, do I have this fact right? Because he's an encyclopedia of knowledge. So took his class, amazing class, great class, filled with behind the scenes stuff you don't even see on my channel. You don't see on Great Christmas Light Fight. He had, hey, this is what happens when you get cast. Here's what to expect. Here's photos. He took photos of him being filmed. He's got ring footage of when they knock on the door and say, hey, come out here. I got something for you. You won. So here's the one thing. I took a lot of things away. Let's be honest. I learned something in every class. But one thing I took away from that moment, Brian, when you taught that, is I only know what I see on TV. I have naively thought the whole time, okay, they're knocking on your door. You're wearing Christmas gear. You know you won. I had no idea the way it's set up. There's no way they knew. So apparently, folks, fun fact, a little inside baseball here. When you're on the Great Christmas Light Fight, correct me if I get this wrong. Let's see, I'm going to catch up. Gene, not able to listen to you from work, but I like your shirt. Well, thank you, wife. I appreciate that. Look, my own wife telling me, tuning in, saying, you look handsome. Yeah, sorry, ladies. Stand back. I'm taking. Stand back. Yeah. I'm already impatient since Christmas hasn't arrived. Yes, preach. So like Brian says, I jump around a little bit. So the way that Light Fight works is you film your episode and you're done. They're there 2 to 3 days. You're putting in 12, 13, 14-hour days while they're there. You're mic'd up the whole time. But then they leave. They say, by the way, we may have to come back and film some B footage, film more of this because whatever reason it got deleted, blurry footage, whatever reason, we have to come back. Here are the block of dates. We'll be coming back. And sometimes they come back just to film stuff that they screwed up or didn't get right or want better footage of. And sometimes they come back and knock on your door and saying, by the way, you won. I always thought it was, you're wearing Christmas gear. Of course, you know you won. That's not true at all, which makes me like the show even more. I'm sure, I guess I should have put more thought into it, but I can't be the only one who's ever thought that. What was the most interesting to happen? Any big takeaways? Great question. Rob saying you put slides up starting September 1st. Mine has always been the 15th of September. Great question. Yes. Okay. Most interesting thing to happen. What was the most interesting thing to happen? I'll tell you something interesting about the expo. So they take these little rubber duckies and they hide them. They hide 5 a day. And if you find one, you get something. Now, Brian found one the first day and he got like a Twix bar. I went duck hunting the entire time we were there. Didn't find a single duck. Come on, find a duck. Talk to other people who found ducks. I found no ducks. I got no ducks. Fun fact for Evelyn, did you know your trophy is trophy number 61 of 78 total distributed? Great question for Evelyn. And one awesome thing that Brian has is he has a breakdown of everything. I mean, everything you want to know, it's there. Charts, graphs, breakdowns, percentage. If I remember correctly, if you have a pixel light display, you probably want Carter to be your judge because Carter, according to the data, is more likely to pick a pixel show according to his past practice. Great info. I always thought winners knew as well. Yeah, right. Same. I'm like, they knock on the door. I mean, I wear a lot of Christmas gear. Most times I don't sit around in my house wearing Christmas gear. Evelyn did not know that. Evelyn did not know that. One thing I learned, another interesting thing that, yes, okay, any big takeaways? Another interesting fact about I did not learn, and maybe Evelyn doesn't know this as well. And I see a few other light fight folks are popping in. Your trophy, the bulb, is a giant wine glass that the stem has been broken off of, and they've grinded it down and polished it up, turned it upside down, and turned it into a giant Christmas light. I never would have guessed it was a giant wine glass, which is why every trophy is a little bit different because they're all handmade and they're all, it's a new wine glass has been broken each and every time. No, you have no clue about winning. Yeah, it shattered my faith. Meeting Charlie is right up there with notable things I took away. Yes, let's move on a little bit. Great call. Let's see. What do I have next here? Um, what free classes are there? Okay, so free classes is next on my list. So the other, I mean, I know I have. Was I smart enough to put the other schedule on here? I must not have downloaded it. So there are there's others on there as well. But every time you take a class, each day looks like that. You have classes from 8:30 till 4:30 every day, and the vendor hall opens at 9:30 every day. Let's see here. Where am I at? Where classes? What free classes are offered? Can we answer that? What to expect in an expo class? So I thought this would be interesting. Um, Expo classes are all PowerPoint. If you never go and you don't know what to expect there, you don't know what to expect when you take a course. One of the main reasons for going are the courses. You take away the courses, there's really not an expo. So they're all PowerPoint presentations. I did a 2 hour course about how to put on a Christmas YouTube class. I'm debating on maybe teaching this at Trans World, um, slanting it a little bit or adding Halloween aspects to it because Trans World is mostly Expo or mostly Halloween. And then adding a second course for folks who have already taken this course at Expo. And I had a good showing. It was about, I don't know, 40% full of class. I had a good showing in my class. And then adding a more in depth course. So in my class is all PowerPoint. I brought all my gear, all the stuff you don't see that's behind the cameras, my mics, my boom stand, my lights, a ton of stuff, all the extra gear you don't see. I brought so folks who were interested could get all hands on and say, "Oh, what's this camera like?" And I showed everybody to the dollar what I make being a YouTuber, what I make being a freelance photographer and freelance videographer. Um, like I got Stacy Kennedy coming in this weekend. I'm gonna do some product videos for him. I get hired by Chinese light companies. So I showed them all actual up to date data. I showed them graphs, showed everybody what I make. It was fun time. The whole goal is for folks to do what we do and to grow this community, to grow it. I got met tons of folks and I said, "Hey, I'm here to help. Use me as a resource." So in a class, you're going to go in. It's all chairs. If you were able to bring in a computer, like my projection mapping course, you got a table. Plugged your laptop up into the table. Do I have any pictures of any classrooms? I do. So here's Brian teaching his class. So you got the projector there. Oh, you got the projector there, and he is. This is a slide about tips for a light show, AC or Pixel. So he's giving tips there. He's talking. The class is behind him, and that is the course. You got this TV, and you can turn the lights up and down. Some classes were pitch black because you need to be able to see the projector, things like that. Catch up on comments here real quick. Let's see here. Catch up on comments here. I see a ton of comments are coming in. When you turn your lights on. Hi, Carl. Glad you made it. Heck yeah. Glad you made it home. Let's see here. Shattered my faith. If they don't know, they won. Let's see. If they don't know, they won. How would I want the same house if sometimes more than one person is dressed in Christmas gear? So when they say, "Hey, we're gonna come back and we're gonna film some more stuff," they have you in the whatever gear for whatever day. I imagine they want you in. So your shirt that they come out wearing coincides with the shirt they've probably already worn on the show before, because it has to be all the same looking. One question I didn't ask you about haircuts. I didn't ask if you had to get a haircut before. Let's see here. Let's see. So they tell you they need to come back and film some other stuff. When they're coming to your Christmas gear, but you don't know yet. Yes, yeah. No one knows they won until um, they won. Now, if let's say four of us are in a show and you're the one that won, you have that. Hey, we're gonna come back and film date. They knock on your door. Hey, you won. After they tell you you won, then they tell the other three people, hey, you did not win. But all four must stay completely silent about it until the episode airs live. After the episode airs, then you can tell people that you won. Um, see here. What's up, AA? Hi, Charlie, and everyone else in the community. If we weren't able to attend the expo, are we able to take classes online? You are not. Mine, you will. Mine will be out there on my Patreon page in August. Otherwise, no. And somebody who was a Monty maybe told me about a website, and I thought you were doing a typo. Hey, put your class up on that. Forget what that was. I think it was Monty. If that's right, tell me that name again. I start putting up in November 1st. Now, correct, Giatano. Past contestants who thought they won, but yeah, it didn't. Been tough, yeah. Hey, Charlie, able to join. What's up, Dylan? Dylan tuning in we have several continents tuning in today. Who had the best booth? Great question, William. Those that were there weigh in on it. I would say probably J.R. Matos. I think Matos Design he definitely had the biggest booth. There was the lasers there. My 3D printed, no, my Infinity Santa and stuff were there, but it was a different company. I still have not gotten my props yet. I have heard nothing from that company. So hopefully they say, hey, here you go. Here's your stuff. I would say probably J.R. Matos had the best. He unveiled a new DMX uh, prop there, a new DMX light beam there called the Phoenix Ray. One cool thing about going in the vendor hall is someone is debuting new tech. So at Trans World, it was me. I was talking to David Peace. You guys probably seen that video, and he debuted the new Genius board, where you can just draw on this board and you can do the lights at the same exact time. Pretty neat. Let's see here. Wasn't you? Okay, it was somebody. It might be a Giatano. I don't know. It's somebody. If you win, you have to wait. Yes, you have to wait an entire year to tell everybody. Carl says Gilbert Engineering Matos are my favorite. Yep, I'd agree with that. What about a paid class teaching you the same thing, YouTuber, but on Patreon or something virtual? Just thought, yes, I'm gonna move my course. There's a couple things I'm gonna take out, just because it'll be dated by then, dated just in a month. But yeah, a couple things I'm gonna take out. But yeah, it'll be on my Patreon page here. And if you're not a Patreon member, go to patreon.com, type in Christmas on Crestline, and be a member. Help support the show, and really get on Discord, because we're on Discord all the time. And I was very happy to people would come up to me and say, "Hey, I didn't know who they were. Just came, hey, hi, I'm Joe." He goes, "Yeah, I'm on your Discord." What? You're on my Discord? What's your handle? What do you? I was the people that are on Discord. It's just typing. If you don't know what Discord is, actually, I don't know what Discord is. I know what I use Discord for though, and I use Discord just for typing. Just it's a chat room. You gotta join us on Discord. Um, let's see here. What else? So my favorite classes were pause for effect. Brian's, of course. I like inside baseball. I love inside baseball. So my two favorite classes were projection mapping, the AI course, and then Brian's great Christmas light fight, what to do to get on course. One thing, Jean, my wife, had a great idea, and I was unwise enough to not ask why I was there with Brady in front of me. Is we've now had, like I said, we've now had 10 people go through our contest and get cast, or at least be potentially cast on the light fight. And she goes, "Hey, you need to get certified. See if you can say, hey, I'm certified Christmas light show, Christmas light fight hunting ground, or if you guys kind of get my meaning there. I need to get with him or Felicia and say, hey, can I get certified? I need to figure out a way to actually ask that question where it makes sense. Um, yeah. So those are my favorite classes. My favorite classes were AI, Brian Michael's class, and the projection mapping. Projection mapping, I knew everything that was taught in there, um, but I did not know. I wanted my thought process to be backed up. So I said I'm going to do an orthographic, and orthographic is like Digital Pressworks, who I have a box from, and you guys have probably seen my Digital Pressworks video where you put it in your yard, and you draw an outline of your house, and then you put graphics on your house. And if you move that projector an eighth of an inch, your show is ruined. You'll never line that up again. Orthographic is where you take 97,000 pictures of your outside of your house. Click, move 2 inches, click, 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 and then you load them up to a software. Because your house is 3D. You can open up your door, you got railings, you got a porch, but it makes the photos of your house a flat image. And I can take the so when I have this image in my house, I can drag it. So if you think of a perfect rectangle and you drag that top square, well, now it's a trapezoid and it's moving around. So you could take this fake image, flat image of your home, put it on a projector, get out in your yard, and very quickly drag the corners to where everything's lined up and matches. And that's your show for the night. You don't have to leave your projector out all night or worry about it. Plus, you can accurately edit here at the computer. You don't have to be outside in your yard editing out in the shivering cold or whatever. So that confirmed my suspicions that that's what I wanted to go with. Charlie or anyone here, do you know how to put up inflatables or other decorations on the roof without messing up the roof? That is a question. Well, for me, they're anchored. I'm not an inflatable guy. I have inflatables for Halloween, but I don't use inflatables for Christmas. I have inflatables for allergies because I like bigger go home, right? I have a giant inflatable spider that moves and stuff. Speaking of a giant spiders, Isaac Alexander will be here this Saturday for he specializes in giant props. Check out his giant spider video. It's freaking cool. Let's see here. Maybe not certified. Definitely a farm system for a great Christmas light fight. Farm system. I like that. Farm system. I like that. Let's see here. Those Christmas lights in the Mexican stores. That is, well, yeah, probably not now. There's not any here in America either. But coming up. And Gia and Gabo, I apologize for not emailing you last week. I was otherwise engaged at the expo, but I need to email you about your price. Let's see here. I taught a class. How did it go? I taught a class about Christmas tubing. I think it went well. Some great questions. I didn't realize there's supposed to be a break in between the first hour and the second hour, like stretch your legs, whatever. I just kept talking, as you know I can do. But luckily, at the very beginning, my first slide was, hey, if you need to step out of the class, take a phone call, hit the head, whatever it makes me, never mind. I take no offense to people walking out. And I also said I go off on tangents. I talk quickly. And if you listen to my wife, she'd tell you I mumble. So I said all that. I thought it went well. Some beginner issues with my videos. I didn't realize you had a double click. I thought, hey, push play, click play. I realized you had a double click play. So the few slides did not get played, which turned out to be a good thing because I stopped with 15 minutes left of the class. So I had 15 minutes of questions, and we had to quick stop questions off because we were running out of time. But great questions from folks. People were really wanting and engaged, wanting to learn. And I had a great time doing it. Taylor was there. Taylor, I forget the name of your show. I forget your last name, but guy named Taylor there. He won for the guys who were for folks here who were at the expo dinner. He's the one that won the ball behind you and he was dragging his daughter around. So when you go to the expo dinner, there's fun games and stuff to be had. It's fun. I thought my class went well. I'm certain if you took my class seriously, if you have any constructive criticism, I don't take offense. So say, hey, this slide sucked, or hey, you sucked at doing this. My wife was in a little bit of the class, and she said there were some folks trying to ask questions, but I had my head down. Normally, I don't have my head down. I'm great at making eye contact when I talk, but you have to look down to run the PowerPoint. Now, if I had a remote to click the PowerPoint, I could have just walked around and did my own thing. But not until after the class was finished did I realize there was a remote next to my computer the whole time. It's a dark area where I was at because I had the lights down above me, lights off above me, pitch black tablecloth, pitch black remote turned upside down. I never saw the remote. So I could have done that better. Um, so fun stuff now. What do you do each night after classes are over? I'm gonna catch up on comments. And I love this. I love this question. Um, Charlie did awesome. Not just saying that he was fun and lots of questions. No mumbling. Hashtag no mumbling. Thank you so much. We have a local place that is wholesale for what? Return Amazon stuff. I bought a bunch of. I did not know that was a thing that Amazon had. So we have those that know what Dillard's is. It's a clothing store. We have a wholesale Dillard's here in town, here in Wichita. That it's all their stuff that whatever for whatever reason we call it the garage sale Dillards because they separate it by brand and by color. Find your own size. We call it the garage sale Dillards. But wow, I don't have inflatables on my roof, but I have roof props and anchors with sandbags. So the biggest prop I have, not the biggest prop, the heaviest prop I have on my roof is my star. It's a metal star, weighs I don't know 50 pounds. It's 100% quarter-inch metal. I just anchor that down with sandbags. It's like Steve's taking off. Steve, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you taking some time with us. Let's see here. We all good on comments? I think. Boom. So, what do you do each night? This is the fun stuff. So you go for the classes because you want to learn stuff, right? But you stay for the camaraderie. You stay for the fun stuff. So, you go out to dinner with the folks you just met. So there's me and my wife, and there's Carl. What's Carl from that house on Hollybrook and his lovely wife Joan. And there's Daniel, a former contestant of the Great Christmas Light Fight. And there's Brian, and there's Kim, and that's us 2 nights ago, hanging out, having having a bit of dinner. Yep. And did I put any? I sure I got more pictures than that. I know I do, but oh come on, they didn't load up. Oh yeah, it says I had too many photos. Too many photos. So there's Gene and Kim hanging out. That's Brian's wife. And there's Brian. What? There's Brian taking my class. There's Daniel and a lovely woman right there who's also we hung out and had some fun with her too. She is an upcoming contestant on the Great Christmas Light Fight. So you'll see her episode popping out soon. Let's see. Yeah, all my photos. Here's us at dinner. At the expo dinner. So there's a couple of things they do where they run around and they do funny games, I guess. So you have to put a beach ball on your back and you lock arms with your buddy and you run figure eights around the table. They did that. There's me and Carl hanging out. So this spot where Carl and I are at, that's kind of like the go-to hangout spot. It just was. That was kind of like our table. Says I'm over. So let me delete some photos here because I got a bunch more photos that I want to show you that I thought were uploaded, but apparently didn't get uploaded. So let me just go through and delete some stuff. And we'll just have a chit chat while I do that kind of behind the scenes. So I do like the here in a little bit, we're going to talk about the difference between Trans World and the Expo. And here's a picture of hanging out at the Trans World. You can see the vendor hall there. The vendor hall this time was pretty small, actually, compared to Trans World. Now, for you, purists, I've only been to the Expo once. And I've been to Trans World twice. Trans World's always at the same place, but I want downloads. So shout out to Brian for taking a bunch of photos for me. Where's the photo I want to show you? Photo of us all. Did it not get? I even spent a lot of time. Oh, there it is. Making sure I could have this stuff up and ready for you. And apparently, I ran out of room. I need to up my StreamYard database. So here is a picture of all of us hanging out. There's Brian and Kim and me and Carl and Joan. And I don't think I have a picture of Daniel there, but you hang out at the hotel. So classes are over. Classes are done with. So then you come back to the convention. It's a convention center. It's a Marriott Convention Center. So you got the hotel, which had an indoor pool, hot tub, workout facility, a ton of rooms, and a convention center with a bunch more of rooms and fun stuff. There was also the Midwest Westy Festy there, which was a swing dance competition. Kind of neat. So there's two conventions going on: swing dancing and Christmas folk. Kind of interesting. So once you get done taking your class and the classes are over for the day, everybody goes back to the hotel. So you walk into the hotel, you got the check-in area here, and the rest of it is a bar and a restaurant. So we all just kind of hang out there. You hang out, you talk to your instructors, you talk to people that are fellow attendees. You're like, hey, haven't seen you since this, haven't seen you since there. You catch up, and it's nothing but resources. It's 1,000% networking. So hey, you have this on your house. How in the world did you do that? Well, this is how I did it. I'm like, mind blowing. That's freaking cool as heck. Tell them your first day for getting a store. Okay. Great call. Great call there. Great call. So the Expos in Kansas City. We're in Wichita. That's a 2.5 hour drive. Jean just switched to a new job, doesn't have any vacation time, so she had to work remotely from the hotel room. So we had to take all her gear up there. So we were in a hurry to pack. Well, actually, I was in a hurry to pack. I said, hey, it's 4 o'clock on Wednesday. You going to start packing? She goes, yeah. I did all my packing yesterday while you were down here editing. Like, I didn't know that you already packed. So I went and I packed really quickly, picked all the gear up that I'm using right now to talk to you, packed all that up. We drove to Kansas City. I get about a block away, like, I forgot something. I forget what I forgot. Oh, I forgot my cologne or something. Like, oh well. I didn't forget a thing else. So we get to Kansas City. We get checked in. We have fun. I'm going in. We go down to the bar to get a drink, and I hear this Charlie Bars. I'm like, who's saying Charlie Bars? I'm like, Brian Michaels. What's up, Brian? So Brian and I started hanging out. We hang out with Brian and his family. Hey, it's Carl. What's up, Carl? Carl and Jones. We hang out with Carl and Joan. Hang out with Brian and Kim. We have a great time meeting one another in person because we're always on here chit chatting. This we get to meet in person. So my mind is on having fun and hanging out. Then we go to bed. It's midnight. I go to take my contacts out, and I'm like, I did not bring any contacts whatsoever. Jean's been asleep for 2 hours. Like, what do I do here? What do I do? I'm 2.5 hours away. I can drive all night. I'm taking my projection class tomorrow. If I can't see to take the class, I think I paid 125. I think to take the class. If I can't take the class, I'm out $125. They're not just going to refund that money. And then I got to teach. I can't see who I'm talking to teach. I'm like, I got no choice. I got to go back. So I'm like, honey, what's going on? Wake her up. She's not used to me waking her up. There's no reason for me to wake up. Like, hey, I got to go home. She, of course, is bewildered. What? I'm like, I forgot my contacts. Just use your glasses. Wife, I haven't used glasses in 4 years. Use your backup glasses. Again, haven't used glasses in 4 years. Therefore, I have no backup glasses. I have glasses here at the house, but they're 4 prescriptions old. Like, okay, so I get in the car, head back to Wichita. No traffic. We're fine. Let my son know, hey, don't kick my butt when you hear strange noises in the house at 3 a.m. because I'm driving back. I wake him up to tell him. He's like, okay, Dad. So I get here, 3 a.m., lay down for an hour, don't really fall asleep, get up, take a quick shower, just wake myself up some more, drive back. I'm like, that dead deer wasn't there a minute ago. So luckily I didn't hit a deer, nobody on the roads. Pull back up into Kansas City at the expo at 7 a.m. You go upstairs. My wife's already working from the hotel room. I'm like, hey, you want to go get some breakfast? Okay, so go down and get breakfast. Then I go to the opening ceremony. So opening ceremony is everybody who's attending the expo in one class. Brady, the showrunner of the Great Christmas Light Fight, was the keynote speaker. He speaks. I go upstairs. It's 9:30 in the morning. I lay down till 11:30. Wake up, go take my projection class. The point being, make a list and pack, folks. Come on. Who doesn't know how to pack? Who doesn't realize they see and you need things to see? That was my first day at the expo. Yes, good times, good times, good times. So that was my first day for getting story. Yes, good times. I'll see. So anyway, you hang out once the classes are over. Thank you for reminding me to tell that story, Brian. When the class is over, you're 1,000% just hanging out with people that you've just took a class from, want to take a class from. You see on YouTube, you see them on the Great Christmas Light Fight. Every single person is approachable, is friendly, is there to help you. Kind of the only dumb question is the one you don't ask type of situation. We're here. We're all talking Christmas. This is the time to ask any question you want to know the answer to. Now is the time, 1,000%. Well, Gabbo, I appreciate you letting me know you're bored. You know what? You come for the entertainment, but you stay for the boredom. That's true. You need to get eye surgery. I don't have. I'm not eligible. I don't have the for whatever reason. Whatever you need to do it, you can't. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see here. What did the expo cost? So, I spent. I don't have. I had everything else set up. Silly. Oh, let's go back up here to the vendor hall. So the vendor hall, I was told, is usually twice as big. It was small. I would say there's probably 20, 25 vendors there, maybe not even that much. I can only compare it to Trans World. Trans World, you cannot see everything in a day. 2 days, yeah. So at Trans World, I was filming on the vendor floor. I was there for 5 days. The entire expo, entire vendor, entire Trans World. I filmed in the vendor hall the entire time. I go up and I interview vendors. I walk around filming. That's not allowed at the expo. There were people who filmed in there, and whatever. No, but I chose to ask permission, follow the rules because I don't want to burn any bridges. Like you can't. So the one of the biggest difference in the vendor hall is you not allowed to film. You could film in Trans World, just get a press pass. Boom. Hey, can I have a press pass? I have a YouTube channel. Yes, here's your press pass. No big deal. So one difference between the expo and Trans World is the vendor hall is much smaller. You can see everything in a day, easy. You can see everything in 3 hours. I was told there's supposed to be many more vendors there. I was hanging out with Angela. You guys know her from Creative Displays, longtime friend of this show. She says her booth was supposed to be in the middle, but her booth was at the end. There just wasn't enough vendors there. So that was lacking. I was told attendance was down. I don't know. I don't have anything to compare it to. But yeah, so I spent probably the hotel was 1,100 for us for 3 days, four nights, 3 days. Um, One of the complaints I heard from folks is that when they fly into the airport last year, they took the hotel shuttle to the hotel. This year, that was not offered. A taxi ride from the airport 45 minutes away to the convention center was $100. That was a taxi. I did not hear anybody who took an Uber what the Uber cost them. It was $100 even for a taxi. So that was a complaint that the hotel did not have a shuttle system, and there was an extra $200 for transport. That was a complaint. But the hotel itself was fine. Plenty of amenities, fast elevators. I did never heard a single person in the hallway. I didn't have a problem with the hotel. Ton of restaurants and things to do, and some shopping within a mile. So plenty of places there. What props did I buy? I bought no props, none whatsoever. I had my eye, so I'm changing my show this year. You guys know that. One thing I'm keen to add is DMX props. David from Learn Christmas Lighting will be here tomorrow. for props, for DMX props specifically. So I am interested in seeing that. I'll see here. So none of the big companies were there. Matos Design was there. Wired Watts was there. Um, there were some big names there. Like J.R. Matos is going to be on here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Um, yeah, yeah, I think he's like 8 days from now. He was there. There were some big companies there. Like David wasn't there this year from Learn Christmas Light, and he wasn't there. There wasn't a single projection company there. There was a laser company there. There were some cool new companies there, more for commercial and larger displays, drive-through displays. There was a guy there, and I forget his name. He was a winner on the. He was a contestant on the first season of Great Christmas Light Fight. Um, he has a new company where the radio's on your app. Carl saying he made an impulse buy. Carl did. Carl bought a 20-foot tall pixel mega tree, I believe from Wired Watts, and then you got the 3D star from Matos Designs, but he bought the floor model. Wisely bought the floor model. No blow mold companies there at all, Ben. Blow molds, our blow mold specialist there this year, I would say was Brian. I think he was our blow mold specialist there. If you guys have not seen Brian's episode, he is the most recent winner. Yes, correct. He's the most recent winner on the Great Christmas Light Fight. He was the last winner on the last episode of last season. He had a blow mold display in Pennsylvania. So if you're a blow mold guy, Ben, like I know you are, go check out his episode. It's available on Disney Plus right now. Good stuff. So the expo cost me $1,100 for the hotel. Not very much in food. Not very much in food. We had the club level, so we could go up. We got free breakfast every day, so we didn't pay anything for breakfast. They had some hors d'oeuvres and stuff there in the evening. I did not like that this hotel for the club level. If you don't know, it's just you pay the hotel a little bit of extra money, and you can go to this kind of a hospitality suite, and they have pop and water and breakfast and stuff for you. The other ones we've been to that was open 7 days a week. This one closes on weekends, and we talked to them and said, "Hey, why do you close this club level that we paid money for on the weekends when we're here for the weekend?" They said a lot of the soccer teams and sports little league teams book that hotel, and they had to shut it down on the weekend because all the soccer moms and everybody would come up and just, okay, I'm taking all your water for the game. I'm taking all your pop for after the game, taking all your fruits and vegetables for snacks during the game. And they said they had one mom who came up there and just cleaned them out of all the food. And everybody's sitting there like, yeah, I wanted some of that too. He's like, sorry, it's free. I paid for it. Like we all paid for it. But anyway, that was the reason, the rationale that they said they close it down on the weekends. It was good that there were no drone companies there. No drone companies. No, that's correct. Actually, the second to last. Okay, second to last season. Season 11, episode 6 on Disney Plus. It's a very good episode. Very interactive. Brian has a lot of interactive. His episode, maybe to remind you, is he made a device with a key and gave her the key. She puts the key in, turns the key, and it turns the show on. Kind of neat. I don't understand why none of these blow mold companies. I don't either. I don't know. I don't even know of any blow mold companies. I'm sure you and Ben and Brian all know. Oh, the company is insert name of company. I just don't know. I don't know. Mating the Great Christmas Light Fight cast is definitely a highlight. I'm going to speak for the group here. But Daniel is awesome. Brian is awesome. Kim is awesome. Brady's awesome. Every single person I met like 8 great Christmas Light Fight cast members. All of them are awesome. In my opinion, I made lifelong friends. I consider Brian a lifelong friend. Daniel's awesome. Daniel said, "Hey, Daniel's going up to 1 million lights." And Brian, if you're not terribly busy, can you remind us what episode he was in? What season and episode? But Daniel has 1 million lights this year. It's a drive-through display. He says, "Charlie, if you're in Florida, why don't you come down this year and do a live stream from the center of his field?" He has a gigantic matrix of lights. And I said, oh, that is so tempting. I can just imagine how awesome, beautifully awesome it would be to do a live in the middle of that field, hopefully without unplugging anything. I don't know. So yeah, he was awesome. Brian's awesome. I'm going to use the word awesome a lot. You truly make friends going to these conventions. And in my mind, to me, that is the best thing about the expo, and trash is Trans World. Trans World can't even compare to the camaraderie of the expo. At least this year's expo. Maybe others are different, because after class, everybody met, everybody gathered at the same spot, and everybody talked and chit chatted, shared stories and ideas. Trans World, when you're done with the class, you go to your hotel that is not on campus. We stayed on campus there the first time we went there, and it's attached to the convention center, but there's no meeting place downstairs. It's not conducive to networking and building friendships. So that expo does beautifully. And my favorite part of the expo was meeting new friends. Meeting new friends, 1,000%. Carl has been on here all the time. That house on Hollybrook, all the time has been on here. Chit chat. You've talked to Carl. I know you have. You say hi to him. But meeting him in person was fan freaking tastic. Got to meet his wife. There's no other reason I would ever meet his wife other than Christmas Expo. Christmas conventions are the way to go. Get yourself to one. I had no idea that Kansas had its own Christmas light convention. They call them minis. The Florida mini, mega minis. Everybody's got a mini in your own state. So Google Kansas, Google your state's Christmas mini, and eventually, or go to the Facebook groups, and you will find where to go for that. Thank you, Charlie and Crestline community. It was always fun when I can make it to live streams. Pleasure. Good to you. Good to see you, AA. Dustin, I want to go to the expo so bad. My display isn't near as huge as a lot, but I'm sitting at probably 30,000. Plus, you do a lot of DIY. One thing that the great Christmas fight pounds into your brain when you go there and you take any of their classes. It's not about light count. It's about what you do with it. What do you have in your show that nobody else has? What's going to wow us? Plus, there's 12 different states they've not been to. They take that into consideration. Brian has a great breakdown. Hopefully, Brian, you do a video about your breakdown on your YouTube channel at some point, because it is a wealth of knowledge. The one thing they say, hey, you get extra points for, kind of points for lack of a better term, for being in a state we've never filmed. They've never filmed in Kansas. There's 12 different states they've never filmed in. That is a caveat. So it's not about your light count. Like Daniel has 1 million lights this year. When he filmed his episode, he only had 250,000. We're just YouTube groupies. Boom. I can't join Discord. I'm not allowed. Oh, probably maybe because you're age. No, it could be your age, because you're out of town. I don't know. But yes, Dustin, they got you. If you have, here's what you need to do, Dustin. Send me a video of your display this year. And I'm going to have a video coming out probably in October about how to film your light show the way Great Christmas Light Fight wants you. Guess what? It's the same way I want you to film your show when you send it to me. One day, my hope is to get a video sent to me that I have to do zero editing on. Editing my Fan Appreciation Award light show. That thing took me 100 hours to edit, because people would send me vertical footage, and I had pictures, not video, and I had to edit the heck out of all those pictures to make them vertical. It's just a pain in the butt, but I do it for you guys. But yes, I'm gonna have a course come out. Of course, I'm gonna have a video come out about that, because they want the same thing I want. I don't get offended, Gabo. I don't get offended. I can't. You did not offend me. Nope. I don't get offended. If you don't tell me, I love construction criticism. You know why? That's how I get better. That's how we improve the content. You're good. What somebody needs to do is a Christmas, Charlie, Christmas. I bet they do one. Something that Gina and I are talking about was exactly that. Like, if they did a Christmas Expo cruise, would we go on it? And we came to the conclusion we would not, because if you're like Carl and you do an impulse buy, there is no way to get that back to your house. So you cannot do impulse buys. You could say, hey, I'll buy this, but ship it to me. You could do that. You need to do a Christmas cruise. That would be fun if it was more of a like the best part of Expo, just hanging out. Like, hey, we're doing a cruise. Everybody, the yarn tubers did that because they did not do the Christmas in July fairies competition this year, which is why we're not a part of that. It's why we did our own. By the way, that's just 3 days away, folks. Christmas in July is just 3 days away. If you have not entered that contest, go to that video, Christmas in July extravaganza giveaway video, and type in any comment because I'm picking my winner in just 3 days. So if you want to win, pick that, right? If you want one of these hats, pick that. And don't forget, oh, Daniel Allison, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brian. Season 10, episode 2. Check that video out. Check his episode out. But yeah, I don't know if I'll actually do it because I've only worked 2 days this month. I have burned through a ton of vacation time, so I don't know how much time I'll have later. That's tempting offer, Daniel. If you're watching this back later, I may in fact take you up on that. There is a summer mini on a ship this summer to Alaska. That's right. I think you were talking to me about that, or were you just talking to me about the cruise you went on? I forget. Let's see here. The cruise is next year. Okay. But there is a cruise. Okay, very cool. So we're going to kind of speed through many topics. I didn't realize I'm sitting here going off on tangents. How is the hotel? Kind of went through that a minute ago. So sorry if you're watching this back later and you're clicking on this now. Hey, how's the hotel? Hotel is cool. The 2 complaints I have about the hotel. Well, 3, because I'll say didn't affect me at all, but I'll regurgitate what everybody else's major complaint was there's no shuttle from the airport to the hotel, which is 45 minutes away. So that was everyone's number one complaint. Mine was the breakfast was identical every single day. Come on, maybe make it round sausages instead of this every day. It was the exact same thing every day. Is that really something to complain about? Probably not. And the elevator to and from your room, lightning quick. The elevator to and from the parking garage, 18 years. So I don't know what the difference in that is. I don't. But really no other complaints. It was walkable. It was nice. You could control the temperature in your AC. You did not hear anything in the hallways. At least we didn't. The windows, I could not hear any traffic outside. I like me a quiet hotel. It was in a great neighborhood. If you wanted to walk around, you could. Normally, Gene and I do. And we were planning on doing that. But we had so much fun making new friends. We never left the hotel with the exception of when we all went out to dinner. That was it. That's all. Matos Designs organizes a mini at sea. Okay. Boom. So we may do that. I'm gonna talk. He's gonna be on the show. Is it next Monday? Let me just pull up my calendar real quick because I keep talking about it, but I don't actually answer my own question. Matos Designs will be here to answer your questions, and we are doing a giveaway. I need to remember myself what he's giving away, but he's doing a giveaway. He's going to be here the 29th. Monday the 29th, JR Matos will be here, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll be doing a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. I should remind myself what he said he's give away. I know it's a prop of some sort. I just don't remember what the prop is. But yeah, hotel is nice. I mean, the 2 complaints I have, are they really complaints? Probably not. It's just me trying to think of something to complain about because there's always cons. There's always cons. So the people, the classes, the vendors, the hotel, all make up the expo. I don't have anything bad to say. Everyone there said the attendance was low. Everyone there said the vendor attendance was low. But here's the thing. If there were more people and there's more vendors, I would not have had the experience I did, which was a tight-knit group of people who didn't know each other 24 hours ahead of time, instantly become friends, instantly kick it off, instantly find out everything they have in common. If there's more people there, you probably spend time meeting others rather than just, hey, we have a set area we all go to at night. Everybody goes there. If there's more people there, there probably wouldn't have been room enough to fit us all. So I'm grateful for the size that it was because they allowed me to have the experience that I had, if that makes sense. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Terry. Thumbs up if you like me. Thumbs down if you don't. I don't take offense. And one thing I taught in my class It doesn't matter if you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I generally appreciate it either way because that's part of the YouTube's algorithm. They just want you to know. They just want you to interact somehow. Could be leaving a comment. One thing, speaking of the people at the expo, one thing I know exists, but I don't ever really put any conscious thought into it, is the amount of people that came up to me and said, "Hey, I watch your stuff all the time." Like, really? Who are you? What's your thumbnail look like? Huh? Oh, I never comment. I just watch you all the time. Like, that's awesome. Comment, say hi. That way I know you. Like, Carl comments all the time. That's why when Carl comes up, hey, how's it going? Well, first of all, I recognize him because of his awesome, beautiful, gorgeous, manly hats. I mean, am I right? But Carl comes up, yeah, I know you because we chat all the time. See here. Does anyone know of any Christmas expos or conventions? Southern California, Arizona, Vegas. I try to look for some, but cannot find any. Um, Facebook groups will be there. That's all. That's the only advice I can give you. My wife and Brian's wife have the same birthday. Yes, your wife, Brian's wife, have the same birthday, and my wife and Brian are one day apart. Kind of interesting. Charlie, I'm just curious. Where did you get the idea of Christmas in July? Actually, fun fact: David from Learn Christmas Lighting. I'm gonna ask that question to him tomorrow because he has a newsletter. One thing I really, really, truly wanted to get done by now and haven't is a newsletter. So one thing I'm gonna get off of David tomorrow is, hey, how do you do your newsletter? I've tried different websites and stuff that can automate it. I am newsletter ignorant. If you have a newsletter for your company or for your YouTube show or whatever, let me know how you do it because I would love to do a newsletter. But his newsletter today was, "Hey, how did Christmas in July start out?" Started out in 1890 something. Um, I'd read it to you, but I don't want to bore you guys. But yeah, try Southern Christmas Light Enthusiasts. Thank you, Evelyn. So AA do, and I apologize, AA. I never tell us your name. If you're someone like I know, we all know that the house on Hollybrook is Carl, and the way I was able to remember that at first years back or however long it's been is Hollybrook. Hard K ends in Carl. My boss is German, so I remember Carl with a K. So that's how I remember. That's how I have to kind of do your names. Like Brian, Brian's easy. It's Brian. So if you have, I'm trying to use somebody else as an example. Giatano's Christmas channel. I know that's Giatano. So easy to do, right? So yes. So let's kind of fast forward here a little bit before I go off on too many tangents. Expo versus Transworld pros and cons. Transworld, you're not likely to meet lifelong friends. I don't think you spend all your time in the vendor area because it's huge and there's just so much eye candy. There's not a lot of time to, and there's no area to mix and mingle and just sit down and relax. You leave the vendor hall or the classrooms, you can sit down there on the outside, but nobody does. Everyone just instantly leaves. And it's so huge, so humongous. Everyone's spread out through many different hotels. It's not intimate at all. Um, so to build networking and relationships, Expo wins, and it's not even close. For classes, Expo, I thought had the right amount of classes. I had something I wanted to take each and every hour, with the exception when I was taking a nap on that first day because I had to get some sleep. Each and every hour, there was something for me to take that would interest me, and I learned a ton taking those classes. I mean, a ton. The AI stuff I learned, um, I don't know how you feel about AI. For what I use it for internet, for YouTubing, I use it all the time, and I'm going to incorporate that into my Christmas show this year. So easy. That's what the AI course was, is using AI for your Christmas light show. Like, it's gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited to dive into this show. Man, I just love this stuff, guys. And I know you do too, because that's why you're here. But it's freaking awesome. Who's calling me at 3:15? Davis and Jack. Don't know Davis and Jack. Let's see here. So we catch up on comments. That's California. Thanks, boom. What's up, Zach? Light in Orchard. Zach here. Thank you, Zach. And oh, Zach. You don't know this, but I used you as an example in my tutorial in my the class I taught. I used your YouTube channel as an example for your banner and for your logo. So you are in when I don't think Zach, I don't think you're a Patreon member, but if you become a Patreon member when I load up my course, I don't have to sit down and record it. Otherwise, it's just slides. But when I load up my course onto Patreon, you'll be on there. And Carl's on there too. What's up, Peter? Thank you for the hat. I really enjoy it. You are most welcome. Peter is we're in New York. So Peter got like I said earlier, anyone who wanted a hat got a hat. 'Cause I was going to follow the rules to a T. Ask permission to film. Ask permission to. I didn't ask permission to sell because that's just their policy. You can't sell anything here. And everyone who attended my class got a free my Christmas on Crestline challenge coin ornaments. Everyone got one free. Yes, I used you as an example. Boom. Yep. So you'll see that. I follow it. Will be joining the paid side soon. Very cool. Appreciate that about you. Thank you for your support. I appreciate that. Cool here. Did you talk about us, your class, all the crazy people in here? I did. I talked about, hey, this is how you have to. You have to, for me, you have to answer each and every comment that comes in, is my advice. Now, David from Learn Christmas Lighting, he's going to be here tomorrow. Great friend of the show. He and I are the only two year-round on-camera YouTubers. Someone said, hey, Ron Howard does a year-round show. Ron Howard does a year-round programming and sequencing show. He does some on-camera stuff, but it's not a lot. So kind of a talk show type of thing is how I compare it. I am the only one. I'm it. I'm the only one that does a weekly show, weekly live. That's something that just kind of morphed from you guys saying, "Hey, this is the content we want." Here's I have enough connections now that I don't have I talked I don't know if I've talked about this or not. I'll just say it because there's I have been recruited for a new Christmas reality TV show. That's not the light fight. That's as much as I did talk about that a little bit. That's as much as I can say about it. Um, what was my point of saying that? Stupid tangents. Dang it. Um, David does he's so engaged. He says on his website or it says on his YouTube channel in his description, I don't have time to answer everyone's comments because people will hire him for a conference call to say, hey, here's the stuff I have. Help me fix it. So he doesn't have time like I do to do that. Plus, he does that for a living. That is how he gets paid. That's his occupation. I had a point. I don't remember where I was at. Stupid tangents got me. I had a point about the light show, and I don't remember what that was. I need to ask. I asked him at Trans World several years ago, and I didn't. I don't know if I didn't follow through. I don't think he was that interested. But I have emailed him in the past saying, "Hey, would you like to be on the show?" I need to email him again and ask about that. There's also a Facebook channel for individuals selling Christmas decorations. Most sold as now. That's one cool tidbit I got from the expo is everybody buys stuff used. And I got resources written down somewhere. They're like, here's where you go to buy used equipment that like schools will use for 12 hours, but it's rated for 10,000 and then they just sell it. Like, oh, it's awesome. I need to get on that. Let's see here. I already said that. There is a Facebook page that lists all the minis around the country. I can't remember the name or address now, though, but that's something to look out for. Let's see here. Cool. So I think that's all I got so far. That's all I got. We're gonna do a giveaway. So everybody that's in here, do me a favor. Type in hashtag Expo. Let me change my banner. Hashtag EXPO. Type in hashtag Expo for me, please. And everybody who types in hashtag Expo will be winning. I'm gonna pick a random winner here in just a second, and that person will win some Christmas on Crestline merch. So, lining up Orchard. Let me see here. Where am I at? Boom. Okay, so make sure I got it. So Zach's in, Bill's in, Kurt's in, Terry's in, Giatano's in, Made in Light holiday light shows. Made in Light's holiday light shows. I don't see. Thank you for commenting. That's what I was just talking about. See, if you don't comment, then I don't know you're here. I don't know to talk to you. So thanks for that. There's somebody on YouTube that has garage sales they go to buy Christmas stuff. I don't remember getting the email, but then again, I haven't checked my email in a week. So if you emailed recently, I don't know about it. Gabbo is in. Cool. AA, Chad, Rob, Brian is in there. Gabbo, Seth's in there. Cool. So, the way this is going to work, Chris is in there. Thank you, Chris Clark. And thanks for commenting, Chris Clark. Appreciate that. Chris is watching on our Expo page. And I should have realized I should have done this earlier because we are past the hour mark and Instagram stops you from going live after 1 hour. Should have done that prior. That's okay. You know why? Because I went off on tangents, as one does. Monty's in there. Good, Monty. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to share my screen with you in a moment. I'm going to automatically do a random draw. Whoever that winner is needs to email me. Well, first of all, when you get done with this, you need to go to my YouTube store. Go to my YouTube not Facebook page, but face page, my main channel page. Click on store and just scroll through everything on there. There's tons of stuff on there. There's one that says love, but it's got a Christmas tree in place of the O. There's all sorts of stuff on there. Get whatever you want. Whatever you want. If you decide to get something, I need to know the color on everything. You want a hoe hat? I got hoe hats on there. Can't do the green. They don't offer the green, but I got black ones on there. Whatever you want. I need to know the color. If you choose a t-shirt, I need to know the gender and the size. Don't just say, hey, I want that hoe math hat or shirt. Okay, great. I need to know you want a male or female, what size, tell me specifically, and I'll get that going for you. And that will be emailed to you. Alan's in there. Bonnie's in there. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Let me let's see here. Share screen and giveaway tool. Boom. All right, who's gonna win? Let's see here. Hashtag Expo. Start collecting the comments, and let's draw. Let's do this thing. Who's it gonna win? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? It's going to be none other than somebody. Chris Clark, all watching on Facebook. Congratulations, Chris Clark, coming in with a big win. Heck yeah, let's go. Hashtag Expo. So, yeah, Chris, email me. First, I love it to see a first-time winner. Email me, ChristmasOnCrestline at gmail.com, and tell me what you want, and I'll mail that out to you. Boom. Let me get rid of that hashtag Expo somehow. Boom. So, yeah, congratulations, Chris. And thanks for everybody who's been watching today. Let me know what you want, Chris. Let me know what you want. And if it's something, and I got this a few giveaways ago, like, hey, that's great that I won this, but I want this as a present to, I think it was the sister or grandma or something. Like, yeah, I can mail that over there for you. No big deal. Congrats. Gabbo, lucky guy. Congrats. Congrats, Chris. Congrats. Boom. Heck yeah. Yo, Charlie, a question. What's your question, Gabbo? We've got just a few seconds left. Let's see here. Yeah. So, guys, tomorrow, another giveaway, a free membership. Kind of a big deal. A free membership to David's Learn Christmas Lighting Academy. That gives you access to all of his tutorials. You can legit not know anything about pixels, be curious about pixels, win his course, and by the end of it, be an expert just like he is at X-Lights, at Lightorama, at tech, at hardware, at software. It gives you access to all of his forums. So kind of like what my Discord page is, and kind of like what we're doing right now, just talking and, hey, I got this question. You got that question. He has a forum of just his folks, his Academy members. Carl is an Academy member. I'm an Academy member. Tomorrow, you're going to win a free Academy. I'm curious if a person who already is a member wins one, how that works out. Maybe you and your wife both have access, or you and your neighbor. Maybe your neighbor wants to get on it. Plus, if you are an expert genius anyway at pixels, you win his course, you're going to learn something new. What would be amazing, Scott, I know you have not watched the last live we did. because you won and never emailed me. Scott, winner chicken dinner. Go back, watch the last live, buddy. You won and never emailed me. I was waiting for you to come into a live to say something to you. Sometimes, folks, if you're a Patreon member, you win and you don't even know it. So we did a Patreon only giveaway. Scott won. Scott didn't realize he won. And I'm so busy this year, I didn't have time to reach out and tell you. I'm like, he'll be in the live. He'll be in the live. What would be amazing, I am just starting to look at into pixels, as I would love to start doing stuff with pixels for next year. Boom. That's it. That's it. Congrats, Chris. Yeah. But Dylan, seriously, be here tomorrow. Put your name in the hat. And it's going to be an exact type of giveaway like we just did. It'll probably be hashtag pixel or hashtag LCR or something, but it'll be something like that. I have confirmed. So we did have that no-show at the beginning of the month with Dr. Blowmold. Did they have that no-show? I've confirmed with Isaac's going to be here. I've confirmed with Stacy. Stacy's going to be here. I've confirmed with David. We have a ton going on this week. A ton going on. I'm every much as busy behind the scenes here putting this together for you as I was all week at the expo. Look up Learn Christmas Lighting. Boom. Yes. LearnChristmasLighting.com. He does have a brand new website called AVL or Beyond AVL or something. But when you go to LearnChristmasLighting.com, it takes you to his new website. I have subscribed to their email list and I have watched some of his YouTube videos. Yes. His YouTube videos are awesome and teach you a lot. But his academy teaches you everything in order, in sequence, if you will. I credit David with most of what I know. Yes, David is legit. David is very much there to teach you. Can you message me? Yeah, I'll email you. I'll email you. Boom, look it up. Learn Christmas Lighting. I also have his link in the videos of this video's description. All my videos recently, anyway. So if you scroll down in this video description and click on the Academy link, that instantly takes you right to his website. So yeah, congratulations to our winner. Thanks so much. I saw about 4 or 5 names I usually don't see in here, so thanks for commenting. That is our Christmas in July Extravaganza Expo wrap up. Thank you to Carl for typing in comments today. Thank you to Carl and Joan for hanging out with me and Gene all week at the expo. Thank you to Brian and his wife Kim Michaels and the Michaels family for hanging out with us and befriending us and hanging out with us all week at the expo. Had a fantastic time hanging out with all of you folks. Thank you, Peter, who typed in on our Facebook page. Peter was there. Peter, let me find his comment real quick. I'll tell you a quick story about Peter. Can I find Peter's? Boom. Peter, he's a gentleman in the blue shirt in that one. Peter bought a ton of stuff from the vendors. Little teeny tiny car to drive away in. So I forget what kind of car you had, Peter. But Peter, we were kind of like, did you buy too much stuff? So he wanted a hat. I'm like, hey, Peter, here's your hat. Here's your hoe hat. I'm like, hey, Peter, here's your hat. Do you have room in your car for this hat? So he had a ton of stuff in his car. Drove all the way from New York. It was great meeting everybody there. I thought I still had him up. Great meeting everybody there. It's Peter. Hi, Peter. Tune in tomorrow, guys. Tune in tomorrow. Win that Academy giveaway. Tomorrow's DMX Heavy. We're talking about the Dominar line of moving heads. We're going to talk about his academy. We're going to talk about his new website. We're going to give away a membership to his academy. If you have a question about moving heads, I call them spotlights before I realized they needed to be called DMX moving heads. He sells them. He's an expert. He's got snow machines. He's got fog machines. If you have not seen the bubble machine that floats up, bubbles everywhere, and they're filled with fog. So when they break up, little puffs of fog are everywhere. So cool. He's got all the stuff. He's got his own website. He sells them. He's a vendor himself, in addition to being a teacher and instructor. Be here tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, or an hour and a half ago from whatever time it is now and wherever you're at. Let me cue up my end stuff. Yeah. Yep. Boom. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much, Evelyn. I love seeing all the great Christmas Light Fight casts in here. And fun fact, I did not. You guys know Robert Slackard. Yeah, he's in our he's in her chatting most of the time. I did not realize him and Brian were buddies. Small world, small world. At least I think it's a small world when it comes to that. That's about it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for taking this Christmas Expo recap with me. I'm Charlie. Leave a comment, thumbs up if you like me, thumbs down if you don't. Join us on Discord. Check us out on Patreon. And subscribe to the channel if you like. That's about it for me today, guys. I'm Charlie, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.